think I'm going to go ahead and pivot to one of the backup decks I built. This is Necro Affinity. So this is the same kind of like Rakdos, Rottenmouth Viper, Imskir shell we've been playing, but I've just been kind of thinking, I think we can just play Necro in the deck, and I think it's really cool that, I mean, in theory, you could turn one Necro, which would be crazy. Not going to happen that very often. But in your 4 Springleaf Drum, 4 Mox Opal deck, you're really good at playing this on turn 2. And a turn 2 Necro to set up for like weapons manufacturing and dig for like an explosives and just kill your opponent. Pretty nice. And then the idea is that you're kind of splitting your top end with Rottenmouth Viper and Imskir with the Necro. And maybe this is too many Imskirs because like the life loss on this is really tough. We're main decking the Shadowspear now because you need the life gain back in the deck for the Necro. But yeah, maybe you want to play like 4th Viper, less Imskir, so you can go like Necro, cast Viper. Not entirely sure. But I think this is a cool start, and like to some extent too, like Necro just seems like such a good, like it's in a lot of ways it's kind of like Thoughtcast in the way that it's like your turn 2 card draw spell. Maybe Thoughtcast is more of a turn 1 card draw spell, but you just get to draw potentially a lot of cards to dig for your big payoffs, and like continue to just like keep dumping stuff every single turn, and like get good around Wrath of the Skies, and like really sculpt quite a strong follow-up hand every single turn. So that, yeah, this is one of my on the plane brews. I'm pretty excited for this one. In our opening hand here, would Born Upon a Wind be good here to cast upon instep? I sure like hate that card in general because I think it's really low power level, but maybe it'd be better than I think. Seems like kind of unnecessary, right? Like I think the whole deck is just probably pretty good when you're Necroing. It doesn't seem like you need to play like a really low power level card to like make these kind of turns like marginally better, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it wouldn't even be marginally, maybe it'd be significantly. Okay, so now we get to even go Emissary first. And then I will say the quantity of cards to draw, I'm not entirely sure. I feel like I'm going to draw 8 here. Maybe 9. Let's go for 8. Okay, so I did find a weapons, which is good. Definitely something I want here. Seems like we'll go discard the 2 non-cliff lands, the Necro and the Imskir, and then go dump our hand into refill. Bolt the Bird to 27 months. Thank you. Welcome back. You can Earthbend uncracked fetches to get a lot of landfall triggers. So if you Earthbend, it'll come back. It's interesting. Okay, so I guess I need to look a lot more closely at all the Earthbend cards. Okay, so turn 2, Writhing Chrysalis. I have 5 mana. So maybe I want to go hardcast this Emissary. Although maybe it's better to hardcast this Emissary because of the cards in hand quantity. I think that's probably not true. Yeah, I think we'll just go. I think holding this in hand is probably going to be better. I don't think we want to attack. How likely is it that they can just deal me like 1 damage? Not like do I want to just dig for explosives to try to combo kill them next turn? Doesn't seem very likely that they could. Yeah, let's just draw 10. Maybe it's too much. I didn't draw explosives, but we did find Claw of Gix, which might just do the job anyways. But funny enough, Claw of Gix also gains life, which is really really handy here. So let me discard the Necro. I think Mount Doom doesn't do. We don't have a legendary artifact for Mount Doom, okay. But also it always pings you, so I guess we'll keep the Crypt instead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I'm discarding. I keep the drums because they're 0 mana. Oh, we do have Mox Opal, right? Okay. Huh. Wonder if how often that'll come up. I think this should have been in all of our other Viper builds too. I guess it just will come up, huh? Because like with all the drums and the opals, you have that extra mana. Yeah, Chrysalis has reach, so you don't want to attack with the drums this turn, I think. Yeah, I don't think that this build is that likely to have Fleshraker. I guess they could have it. Don't they have Fleshraker deal 1 damage? I mean, I'm assuming that this is green-red Eldrazi ramp, but not Brood Scale. Maybe I should be assuming it's Brood Scale, but the Utopia Sprawl specifically makes me think that it's ramp, and they don't usually play Fleshraker. But I haven't played Magic in like 2.5 weeks, so might be missing something. One Ignorant Bliss to keep all the cards from Necro. I think you could maybe play a spell book. Which it only works on like future ones, but I guess I'll read Ignorant Bliss. Yeah, but spellbook could be interesting. Exile all the cards from hand face down. I don't know. It seems a little dopey. All right, which interesting that they are getting aggressive. I think I want to play both emissaries. Means I can only sack 2 things with Claw. So what happens if I send with everything? They trade here, that they take 4, 5, 6, and I can deal them 8, which is not even really that close to lethal. So it seems like I just want to make a lot of creatures. Okay, I think the yield to all no response is oh sorry. I don't know why I didn't play the other emissary first. -1 token. But I think it's a good improvement. Yeah, but typically these kind of cards that are they only really ever do anything if that only do anything if like you have 2 mana and you're necroing for a time. I don't know. Sometimes it can be good, but like I think that this is a deck that wants to be good when you have necro, and it also wants to be good in situations where you like just be a normal Rottenmouth Affinity when you don't have necro. The claw life gain being so relevant here is really funny. Okay, I think good change here. Okay, so we should win if we just untap. I just don't think they're ever gonna have Glaring Fleshraker. Oh no, sorry, I'm so dumb. I haven't played Magic in 2 weeks, but obviously I need to leave the Memnites back to block. I don't know why I thought that I had emissaries available. Sorry. Sorry. Oops. Okay, on the play, do I want to Blood Moon them? I don't really think so. I think I may just run it back on the play. Turn the punt count early. I made 1 punt after not playing Magic 2.5 weeks. I feel okay about it. We played our first league pretty well. Yeah, we lost playing for the trophy. We kept 2 kind of high upside hands that were like non-functional, or ended up being non-functional, or not very functional. But I think they were okay keeps. I think I'd probably keep the second hand again, and then probably mulligan the first hand. I don't think I want to change a lot here. I think I do want to cut the Vexing Bauble. I think that the Shadowspear might just always be important to have because of the Necro, even though it's not very good in this matchup. I don't even hate the Nihil Spellbomb because of the Emrakul turns. I do think I get it pretty often. Let's play 1 Blood Moon here. Oh yeah, let me update the tracker. This is our first match, right? Yeah. Why did I decide to switch decks after getting a trophy? Deck seems sweet. I don't know, I felt like it. I have a lot of decks, and it doesn't necessarily seem like we're going to get to them all. I might play the Dimir deck in the challenge tomorrow. I might not. Yeah, let's keep this, I think. Even if we don't draw the land for the Necro, we get to go weapons into Emissary explosives. Was it likely the deck wins that game without the mistake? Can we count it as a win for the deck, not yourself? Whatever. You can do whatever you want. It depends on what they had, obviously, but we were definitely in pretty reasonable shape, yeah. I've been considering Paradoxical with Affinity. You could also only cast 3 mana with the Improvised land. I don't think that that's that exciting to like sometimes discount Paradoxical and outcome, but it's not nothing for sure. As far as like the Paradoxical outcome goes, like it just usually is the case that you want to be leading on Thoughtcast, Thought Monitor as like the blue card draw instead. They're just a lot more consistent, and they're usually 1 mana instead of 4. No, we did not get the 5-0. Sadly. Maybe we'll play 2 more Utopia Sprawls and we'll explosives on 1. Interesting. So I could go Mox Opal explosives plus Necro here. Seems like Emissary, explosives, Opal, and 0 is just going to be better for the most part. Then we have Necro to refill next turn. Is there a reason not to yield all with Emissary triggers? There doesn't seem to be one. I'm just like a little bit nervous since I'm still kind of new to the new system. I think I'll get around to it eventually. Old habits die hard. So we could deal 8 with the explosives, which doesn't seem like what we want to do this turn. Unless they sweep the board, maybe. Although if they sweep the board, the munitions hit them anyways. Yeah, so let's go. No response. They killed. This is not really so bad. We like it to kill their bear token. They only have 2 mana in play, and we're just a land away from the Necro. Although not Urza Saga, but Urza Saga would get us there eventually, I guess. They have an Ugin's Lab. They do imprint the Devourer, and then they play a Talisman. Cool sequencing. So they have 1 card left in their hand now. It would be so cool to just go Blackland Necro. Let's go! Nice. Yeah, I do think that the Necro gives you like just so much equity against let's draw 8 again, I think. So much equity against the artifact sweepers. Alright, is Blood Moon good on this board? It's definitely not awful. You can discard the Cliffs for surezies. Do I want to Imskir next turn? I feel like the Imskir is kind of awkward. Yeah, let's play the Blood Moon instead. Since we have the Necro to refill with life points. So there's a Shifting Woodland as one of their last 2 cards. I'm not feeling the moon. I like cutting them off the K command. No, we lost it in round 5 for the trophy. We'd also maybe Emissary, although the one thing is we have to tap like the drum first, so I guess it's not really that worth. We do get to turn the Mount Doom into a painless land. We don't dump the hand because we have the Necro here. Let's draw 6. Down to 4. I don't know if we're going to run out of gas or not. Seems like we'll be okay. Okay, they do have another spell. Maybe another Fade from History? A Chrysalis. So now top deck Devourer, K Command are online. Yeah, it does seem like we want to warp Emissary, then dump the hand. Not the most complicated. This deck needs more life gain. We've got the Shadowspear, we've got the Claws. I don't know if we have really many, if any, other good options. There are some options for sure. So I don't really think we're going to be winning that often if my opponent goes like top deck K every turn into attack with the Chrysalis. Is there any? I guess the emissaries live, so we don't even die to that. I just what do we get punished by drawing versus not drawing? I don't. I guess they could have Lightning Bolt. I have seen them play Lightning Bolt. It's just so rare. It's like almost not worth thinking about. I'm gonna draw 3. Cowards can't block warriors. Yeah, I guess if they drew Fade from History, we could win with the bear token block. So we want to draw on that spot. Looks like they did draw something. They immediately sacked 2 spawn tokens. Daddy 6 the 9 months. I think they top deck K command. And they're going to dig for like Fade from History. So see if they have another Fade from History in the top 5 cards. I don't know how many they're playing. It's cool that people are playing Fade from History. We've been on that tech for a long time and haven't seen anybody else play it. I think it's good. Image of the 17 sticks with the 9 again. Thank you so much. Like we've had the tech for like really for a long time. Just like it just kills Kappa Cannoneer. It's such a big deal. All right, 4 on the bottom. Doesn't seem like the new card was a Fade. I feel like that probably would have been on the stack already. Okay, so we win game 2. Might have been able to win game 1 without our punt. Any changes we want to make for game 3? Necro is kind of our main plan against Fade from History. I guess Viper and Imskir too. I think the 1 Blood Moon's solid. I don't think we want more than that. Let's go ahead and run it. We lost playing for the trophy with the Frog deck. Might play it in a challenge tomorrow. I don't know. The new Avatar cards have to about using the new Clue Bird with Heartless Subbing Manufacturer Viper. Which one is the Clue Bird? Don't remember a Clue Bird. Let's keep this just because we have turn 2 Saga token, turn 3 Saga token plus haste. I think that's just like going to be a normal-ish keep. If we draw Necro, I guess we could still play the Saga turn 1 and get like a drum. I'm going to play the Memnites out so they can... I guess we'll play the Opal so we can get in for 2 on turn 1. Seems fine. Get in there. It's a Graveyard Trespasser without Ward. 2/3 flyer. I remember an older card like that. I feel like I'm just going to need to see more because it sounds like there is more to whatever this card is. All right, Nature's Claim, obviously really good against us here. I'm going to go ahead and not... I guess if I play the drum, I could activate Mount Doom next turn. Although, I only really get rewarded if I draw a Midnight. I'll hold this for Emissary, Heartless Summoning. I guess playing this is maybe better for Viper. And Imskir. I think like holding it for 1 turn is going to be okay. Off the Rumble, they see a Devourer, a Lab, a Bajuka Bog, which is interesting that that's still in their deck post-board, and a Verdant Catacombs. Isn't worthy running the red enchantment, which we tap 2 artifact gives 1 damage. I don't think that card's very good, no. I certainly think, especially in our deck that's already playing 4 Necro, like, I don't feel like we have room, no. I should have played the Blood Crypt instead of the Cliffs. Mine of the 63, thank you, welcome back. Okay, the Raven Eagle. Okay, whenever this card enters or attacks, exile a creature card from graveyard. If 1 card from graveyard. If it's a creature, make a clue. When you draw your 2nd card each turn, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Okay, well, we drew Necro. Thank you for life from Nature's Claim. Yeah, I guess like Academy Manufactor at the moment is really far away from being like what I would consider a playable modern card. It is cool with Heartless Summoning, and I know everybody's always very thirsty for Heartless Summoning. That's what you think. I got it. It's a Seiko. I got it in Japan. I got a pretty good deal on it. I've been wanting to buy. I need to get one more link off of it, but it's like it's not really a good view. But I've been wanting to buy Seiko on the trip for a while. All right, I'm gonna draw 10, I think. Really liking the Necro so far. Okay, so we're gonna keep weapons plus Viper for sure. Do I just keep 3 Mishra's Baubles as the other ones? I guess the Shadowspear could be better. So I go weapons for 2. I guess I don't need another mana, but maybe I want another mana. Yeah, I think keeping an Opal in case they like kill one of my mana sources will be good. It doesn't seem. I guess we could keep the Shadowspear. Yeah, we could keep the Shadowspear and go Opal Shadowspear. If they don't kill the mana source, I think it's an okay hedge. Malamute with the 5-pack. Thank you. Welcome back. Gotta give a sub for Malamute. Make sure to thank him. Symbiotic with the 4 months. I do appreciate y'all coming back. I do think we've lost a lot of momentum on the stream, but I think we'll get it back with Avatar when it comes back. I did have a good time off. Did you say on my hunt for jewelry I was a Seiko watcher? Maybe. I need to get one more link off. You missed a Nihiri Emrakul 5. Okay, that is pretty exciting. Is Nihiri randomly solid? I mean, I do think like with Boros Synergy being less popular, like that's a card that Nihiri is a card I would kind of never consider playing in a Boros Synergy meta. 4 main deck High Noon is wild. Operated back to back. Face-to-face open spells would just get like nice. It's really interesting to me how much staying power this Jeskai deck has. This Jeskai deck has just totally surprised me with like how solid it's been and how like well positioned it's been. Just everything about it has, I think, exceeded expectations or impressions or whatever. So they're gonna devour my Necro, just totally fine. Hand is sculpted. They're probably gonna end up. Oh, we can kill the Viper with the Devourer with the Rottenmouth trigger, right? Okay, so go cast weapons. Do I want to? Probably want to play Spellbomb instead of the Shadowspear now, so I can maybe play around Emrakul. I don't know. We're not really in much risk of Emrakul, I guess. We just get to play one of them, Okay, so let's go cast. Do I want to sack anything else? Yeah, just those 3. Oh wait, sorry. They make you sack more. What the heck? All right, 1, 2, 3. This looks like the drum and this Memnite. I think over this Spellbomb probably is fine. We get to go kill the Devourer. It's going to take a little bit of time to get used to the no response yield to all, but I think it's a good change. So they have 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we probably want to Spellbomb them. They took 4. So they cannot take another 4. So they have to discard 2 of their 3 cards or sack a Sprawl. I guess we can see how many types they have because they have 4, 5, 6. They had 7. So like, I guess sacking the Sprawl is mana neutral for Emrakul, but we have the Spellbomb. And they're gonna have to discard 1 of their 3 cards. Necro has looked so good in this deck so far. So they discard Devourer of Destiny, so they go down to 3 cards. 4, 5, 6. So yeah, if their hand is untapped land Emrakul. They can cast the Emrakul, and there's an untapped land, so let's go ahead and sack the Spellbomb. Okay, the yield to all was a good change. Not a bad top deck. So they've got 3 cards in their hand. They just discarded a Devourer of Destiny, but if they have another one in their hand, they can go play the Heath and then exile the Viper. and we wouldn't necessarily have a great response to that. Yeah, it does. Happy anniversary, Avanar. Why not sack the Bauble on their turn? It just mostly shouldn't matter. So on my turn, I thought maybe I would see a card that would change my sequencing, although I can't think of anything that would change it. But I'm not like worried about Thought-Knot Seer being cast here, so it doesn't seem like it's gonna matter at all, right? Oh wait, you don't have Necro? Yeah, they devoured my other Necro, but like the Necro did win us this game. Like we drew 10 cards and then they exiled it, and then we got to do this. Like that's how we had enough cards to go weapons into Viper here. Emrakul does nothing here. You know, I guess it's nice that the best case scenario usually is Emrakul and it does nothing. So yeah, maybe the good old 3-0. Although we weren't for sure going to win game 1, we definitely punted. Game that we at least had a solid chance to win. Okay, well, I'm definitely going to keep this. I'm not sure exactly. I guess yeah, we're gonna probably drum turn 1. Maybe I want to drum turn 3 after I weapons. Doesn't seem like I get punished by that very hard by very much. I guess if I drew Lavaspur Boots, no, it didn't seem that tough. I thought about adding Besiege the Mirror as like a 5th, 6th copy of Necro. I guess I haven't thought about it. Necro's really good, and so maybe that would be better than I would think. The thing does seem to be though that instead of playing Necro, you just want other top end. Like I would probably play the 3rd Imskir. Okay, this is a card that kind of punishes us. Another drum, I guess. Although if we just draw a land, it's okay. Yeah, let me go ahead and try to get... They could have Prismatic Ending, so let's just go ahead and try to get these 2 tokens now. So it's like, I think I would probably play 3rd Imskir before 1st Besiege. So they Graveyard of Solitude. Okay, happy not to see Prismatic Ending. Do I want to play around Counterspell just by waiting a turn? Kinda. I think they could maybe be a Felia build since they have double Heath. Maybe that's not very likely, but it seems okay just to do this. Seems like it'll be more of a Claws of Gix kind of game. Japan was really good. I feel like I'm an awful travel vlogger. I haven't talked a lot about it yet, but it was great. Much needed and refreshing vacation. This is beautiful. All right, they discard a Witch Enchanter, which is an okay card here. Tyros Tribe will say somehow Aspiring Spike returned. I think it's like extra lands from damage from lands while tapping. Oh, I think I did tap the Springs. I could have tapped it for colorless than the Mount Doom for 1, huh? Okay, so this is blue-white energy. So obviously, you know, it resolved and they didn't Solitude it, so that's good. They have Horizon Canopy in their deck. I feel like there probably is a green splash. Maybe there's not a green splash. I don't know. They've got a Teferi. They can bounce the Viper. They bounce the weapons? Do you have Solitude in your hand and you didn't Solitude yet? I guess so. I guess that's the truth. So they go Witch Enchanter here. Or so Solitude pitch Witch Enchanter. I don't know. Maybe they didn't know they could respond to the trigger. Okay, so let's go. Tap this for red. This for colorless. Then we get to go cast an Emissary. Cast a Drum. I think what's tripping me up about the yield to all thing is that for years yield to all has meant I guess playing around another Teferi, it could have been better to just wait on the sack and kill it end of turn. Now another Teferi is kind of better against us. That's a 3rd Witch Enchanter, jeez. Anyways. I do have to tap for blue mana here. What was I saying? Okay, do I want to kill the Witch Enchanter now to play around Ephemerate, or do I just want to hold it up? I think I just hold it up. Hold up the claws. Might be a Mount Doom kind of game. DUK for the sweet airplane Wi-Fi, or do you have better willpower? The international flights had free Wi-Fi, and I did the in-plane Wi-Fi on the way back, just because I was so tired. But usually I don't. Usually I just download stuff. It's like I just download the stuff I would watch on the plane. Okay, so let's go ahead and kill the guide. Contain the pride for now. So they have 4 mana. This is checking their ground. So we play the drum. I'm gonna get to activate Mount Doom. It'll be. Sorry. Did we show the? Yeah, we did. We haven't showed them that we have Necro in our deck yet. Not that they're probably going to change too much about their sideboarding, but it could be fun to surprise them still later this match. They are top decking it, but they have a Starfield Shepherd and Warp. If they tap the Horizon Canopy, they're dead unless they use it to cast the Starfield Shepherd. Okay, black. This might be the first time I've ever activated Mount Doom on stream. I've almost never played this card, despite it being like it was like a one of in scam. I just didn't like. I don't think I streamed stock scam ever. So attacking with the Emissary does force a block, but then they get to attack with the Pride. I think that's okay. I think I'm okay if they double block also. Yeah, I don't really care if they like get a second Pride trigger either, because the ground creatures don't matter a lot. Okay, Felia is okay. If they double block, I'll just kill the Felia. I play Necro and Burn. It's been so good. So when we games 2 separate chant. Yeah, we played a little bit of a Necro Burn show, but I think it was just like a bit too in on the black cards. Favorite thing I ate in Japan? Being a vegetarian in Japan, I don't have like a great food report. Like the food was good. It wasn't like really very different from what I eat here. I was thinking about maybe cheating a little bit, but I don't know. It's nice not eating animals, and I was kind of sick when I got there, and I didn't want to tempt any fate. And eating vegetarian wasn't too tough. Like breakfast and lunch was just completely no issues, and then just had to be a little bit proactive for dinner. Just also not much of a food guy in general. Okay, so I think I want to bring in the Whipflares. Deck has been feeling nice so far. It feels really good to like have 2 like nice brews to start to come back after 2.5 weeks. Built this one and the other one on the plane, despite not being able to play test them. So going okay. Do I want to play a second Vexing Bauble? I don't know. Not that uninterested in the Galvanic Blast either. They could have maybe Clarion Conquer, which is kind of the main thing this is for, and the Collector Oof, but also killing Felia at instant speed is nice in addition to Guide and Pride, so probably worth bringing in. I'm going to cut the Nihil Spellbomb. I might cut the Recorder in this matchup. Oh, I don't know, it's kind of a grindy matchup. Maybe that doesn't make a lot of sense to cut. I like the Explosives. I don't know. I'm also vegetarian. Was hard to avoid fish bonito. For dinner, it was hard to avoid fish, but for like lunch, it was really easy. So I had a lot of light dinners, just so Esther could have her delicious sushi dinners and stuff. I already trimmed 1 Ornithopter. Maybe we could trim a Bauble. So we'll cut the Recorder. It's fine. Yeah, we played a Dimir Cauldron deck that's like Cauldron, Gristlebrand, Emperor, Gristlebrand, no Gorios, that I've been messing around with, and we lost playing for Trophy. It was good. Is the mana's base wild for me? Urza's and Necro. Yeah. Urza Saga taps for black. It just taps for black like a turn later. That's at least usually how I like to think about it. Okay, let's keep this on the draw. Okay, another Saga, or a Saga. So I'm going to play the drum, and then do I want to go Ornithopter, Vexing Bauble? Some pros and cons. I think yes is the answer. Obviously bad against like a fast Wrath Disguise, although they can't Wrath X equals 1 this turn. But there's like some chance I make a Saga token next turn, which the Vexing Bauble is better against, right? Yeah, it seems like with this draw, I can't go like weapons into Emissary, so let's just make a Saga token. If they have Wrath, we'll probably we will just lose. We'll just concede. Was I all my life vegetarian? No, I've been vegetarian for about a year. I started in January this year, so I guess like 10 and a half months. But I switched because I have a bad GERD, really sensitive to acid. Apparently, my doctor says that it's so bad because I talk so much. I talk for a living, right? So I talk nonstop for like 4 or 5 hours. I guess not 4 hours a day or whatever. And my throat is like constantly damaged from that, so I swallow a lot of saliva, so I have GERD. And so I tried losing a lot of weight, getting in shape, cutting out coffee, cutting out wine, but the most effective thing for the GERD has been by far no meat. No meat has just been so helpful. But then it's also just nice not to eat animals. Like it's a nice thing to do. Not everybody's in the position to be able to do it, I think. But it definitely is a nice upside. But it's mostly mostly health reasons. How does Bauble help you more against them? You have so many 0. Well, you just sack your Bauble if the 0s are a problem. But they play Ephemerate Rebound and they play Solitude, so like having access to Baubles could be nice. But I think you just want one. Do you not think the Jeskai deck is good, or is that why you're surprised it's so popular? I mean, I do think it's good. Like for the most part, like it's a surprising deck that has popped up. It's not necessarily when I say it's surprising, that's not me saying I think that it is bad. It's just it kind of at first glance, or even at like millionth glance at this point, it's kind of just. It just is kind of a deck, It's just like kind of a normal-ish mid-range deck in a format where like new mid-range decks have not been able to succeed for quite some time. Like I can't tell you the last time it seemed like just like a regular new mid-range deck has broken into the field. Like it seemed to me like it was kind of a somewhat reasonable, normal-ish somewhat regular mid-range deck that has had a surprising amount of staying power. So hopefully they don't have Wrath again. Yeah. Couldn't quite get the Viper to get underneath this, and we don't have a Necro. Let's just keep it moving in here, I think. I think I'm going to mulligan this, although the Sagas do make black mana. I think just the Jeskai deck was just super, super well built. All right, maybe up against Neobrand here. I think I am going to play the Boots turn 1, even though I might be missing out on some tokens from it. Yeah, I don't think that there's an online platform for Riftbound, which is kind of, I guess, the problem. The problem I would have because engaging with it, because I don't really have anybody near, or maybe I have a couple people nearby, but paper stream setups are always tough. If they Harbinger me, I do have infinite Urza Saga tokens. They had a Coiling Oracle off the Agent. See if they hit an Oculus. Invani with the raid. Thank you. Hope you're having a good day. So it looks like I cannot Imskir this turn very easily. Is it Claws of Gix ever? I don't think it's, because I just won't really be able to kill the Oculus. Yeah, I think we'll just go get an Opal. I don't know if you're thinking about, but Momo discounts turn 2 Scion and makes turn 2 Riddler Ephemerate possible. Discarding Scion on turn 2 doesn't seem like it matters very much. It already comes down turn 2. Like it would let you go like, Momo into like Scion with Stub up, which like isn't nothing, but Also doesn't really seem like a big deal, right? But I do think Momo plus Riddler is cool. Momo will definitely make the PowerPoint. So am I gonna chump the Oculus? Chumping Oculus is kind of nice because of the Imskir. Yeah, I think I probably will chump. I think I'm still equipping there anyways. Okay, best back. There's a Riftbound online game you can play as digital. I don't know the name of it, but some locals have been playing it. Okay, so is it like an official client or is it like a tabletop simulator fan-made thing? It's like cockatrice. Okay. Is the owl going to be broken or think it'll be checked enough? I think it's unlikely to be broken. Like, it's just kind of like, you know, it's kind of like Orcish Bowmaster, I would think, where like it's good against a lot of stuff commonly played in Modern, but is with 2-mana flash card, but you just can play around it. Also notably weak to Bowmaster, right? Okay, it's the Harbinger doesn't do much here. Yeah, let's take the extra card. I guess it might end up stopping me from... Oh, shoot. Sorry. Obviously, it does do a lot. It's not Blood Moon. Stops me from casting the Imskir. For some reason, I was thinking this was still going to tap for red. Okay, let's go to game 2. Owl is good versus like 1/3 the decks in Modern and terrible versus rest. I almost every deck in Modern right now is playing fetch lands or ways to shuffle. I think that's not true. I can't even think of a single deck that it has no text against right now. Probably do want the second Vexing Bauble against them. Let's cut the Spellbomb. Click submit. Owl isn't even as good as Riddler though. Yeah, I mean Riddler's like top 5 card in Modern, maybe. maybe that's probably too high, but like Riddler is the best card draw spell in Modern. It's okay, that's not as good against it. Let me reread the Owl. Okay. So it can be bigger, but let's say it's mostly a 2-mana 1/1 flash vigilance. When it enters, you put X counters on them, then draw X cards around it down. I guess it's more than that too. And whenever an opponent searches their library, put a counter on this and draw a card. Honestly, I think this card is just so good. It's like it's just insane in response to fetch lands. It gets better from there. I'm mulligan this. Come on, Necro. Yeah, it seems really, really good in Dimir Flash. I agree. Okay, so this is a multi-4 with no Necro yet. We're going to top deck it. Yeah, I don't know. I think this card is just very, very good. Like, it's just so often going to be 2-mana 2/2 flash flyer draw a card that is really annoying for your opponents. It also, like, is a mana sink when you top deck it. Also, I told you we would top deck. Oh, wait, no, we don't have the... We don't have Metalcraft anymore. So Bowmaster can't kill it off of any of its triggers. No, it does, right? Because it draws... So you go crack a fetch. Your opponent goes 1 Chi Tong in response. And you Bowmaster it, ping it, then they draw a card, put a counter, and ping it again, and it dies. They reveal a subtlety to the Oracle. Guess we'll play the Phenomena Recorder. Which Wang Shitong is better? There's a second one? Okay, well, this one's 5 mana. Is this one even legal? This one's just a commander card, right? Non-land permanent on the bottom of Summoner's Library. Whenever 1 or more cards are put into a library from anywhere. Put into a library. 1 or more cards are put into a library. So, like... Just like its ability triggers it. Yeah, I know it's not Modern League. I'm just trying to read the card. Alright, we'll see if this Necro resolves. Okay. Huge. They might have Force of Vigor, though. For the record, Wang Shitong counters trigger is an ETB, so you can bow master response. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Oh yeah, I guess we just died to the first one, huh? Okay. Time walked by the consign. Although I guess not exactly, because you can still play the emissary next turn. Ugh. They did mess up though. They should have draw stepped this. I think people are focusing on Wang Shitong on turn 2 more than playing on turn 4. Turn 4, X equals 2, I think will be where it's strongest. Well, I don't think it matters too much. It's an X spell. It's just, it's good at every point in the curve. On turn 2, in response to a fetch, it seems really good. Maybe making this block's bad because we've got Imskir in the deck. Alright, let's see if they flare my emissary. I probably would flare if I was them. Okay, do I want to Ornithopter to block the Oracle? I guess nah, we'll hold it. It's Universe Beyond. Every character needs to have at least 4 versions. Yeah, I think it would be so much better if every character just had one version. Also, I mean, I guess this was kind of obvious, but I just realized that this set is only Avatar: The Last Airbender. There's no Legend of Korra stuff. Which wasn't I don't know why it took me so long to realize that. I think we're pretty cooked here. I wonder maybe if they're leaving themselves room to do Korra, or I wonder why it was just Last Airbender. Okay, womp womp. Be a big time skip. I guess I just feels like you could throw the cards in there. Maybe we could pivot back to Dimir. Could do one more with this. I don't know. The Necros have been really good, but we have also played a lot of this, although I haven't played any in 2.5 weeks. I did.